Have you ever stepped out of bed in the morning and felt like your knees just wouldn't bend the way they used to? Or maybe your ankles felt stiff, your hips creaky, and it took a few slow steps before your legs woke up. Many seniors assume this is just a normal part of aging. But what if the real problem isn't your age? It's your breakfast. Yes, what you eat first thing in the morning could be quietly making your joints stiffer, your movement slower, and your day more painful. Most people don't realize that certain common breakfast foods, like sweet pastries or margarine, can trigger inflammation inside your joints. Over time, that inflammation can damage the soft tissues that help your knees and ankles move smoothly. It can also dry out your joint fluid, the natural lubrication your body depends on to bend, walk, and move without pain. That stiffness you feel may not be just getting older. It might be something you're putting on your plate every morning. In today's video, we'll uncover the breakfast habits that could be working against your joint health, and more importantly, we'll show you what to eat instead. You'll learn about foods that actually help restore joint lubrication, reduce inflammation, and support smoother, easier movement, starting from your very first bite of the day. I know you are a person who likes to watch videos quietly. If you have not liked and subscribed to the channel, now is a good time to do it because you are a kind person. If the video is helpful, press 1. If the video is not good enough or needs improvement, press 2. Thanks everyone. Now let's get started. Number 1. Why breakfast choices matter more than you think. For decades, 78-year-old Harold began each day with a routine that felt familiar and comforting. A toasted bagel with margarine, a small jelly donut, and a cup of black coffee while reading the morning news. He didn't think much of it. It was light, quick, and just enough to get him going. But over the past year, Harold began noticing something he couldn't ignore. His knees were stiff in the morning, his ankles felt tight, and it took him a good 15 minutes of shuffling around the kitchen before his legs felt loose. He thought it was just part of getting older, until a physical therapist asked a simple question: what do you eat for breakfast? Many seniors don't realize that what you eat first thing in the morning sets the tone for your entire day, including how your joints feel. Breakfast isn't just about calories. It's a critical opportunity to either calm inflammation or feed it. And the types of food we choose, especially refined carbs and processed spreads, can either support joint fluid production or contribute to the very stiffness we're trying to avoid. When you eat sugary, processed breakfasts, like sweet breads or margarine-covered toast, you're starting the day by spiking your blood sugar and triggering your immune system to react. Your body sees these refined ingredients as irritants, and that creates low-level inflammation, especially in sensitive joint tissues. Over time, this morning habit can lead to reduced synovial fluid production, the very lubrication that keeps knees, hips, and ankles moving freely. In contrast, when you start your morning with anti-inflammatory foods like healthy fats, clean protein, and natural fibers, you give your joints the tools they need to stay flexible and pain-free. You also help stabilize blood sugar, reduce oxidative stress, and support muscle function, all of which are essential for leg strength and mobility. Harold was surprised to learn that his breakfast routine, something he thought was harmless, was likely making his joint pain worse, so he made a few small swaps. Instead of margarine, he tried a slice of avocado. Instead of the donut, he added some berries and a spoonful of Greek yogurt, and within 2 weeks he noticed a real difference. He still read the news every morning, but now he did it while standing up and stretching his knees, because he could. The bottom line? Breakfast isn't just a habit, it's a health decision. And for seniors, it may be the most important one of the day when it comes to joint comfort, movement, and overall vitality. Next, we'll look more closely at one of the biggest offenders in the average breakfast, the sugary pastry, and how it silently stiffens your joints over time. Number 2, sweet pastries, the sugar bomb that fuels inflammation. Marie, a 75-year-old widow, always looked forward to her morning pastry. A small cinnamon roll or fruit Danish with a hot cup of tea gave her a sense of comfort and joy, a ritual that reminded her of breakfast with her late husband. But recently she noticed that her knees felt stiff, especially after sitting too long. Her ankles were often swollen by mid-morning, and even her fingers felt tight when she reached for her tea. Her doctor ran blood work and found elevated markers of inflammation. "Have you changed your diet?" he asked. Marie shook her head. Nothing new, just her usual pastry to start the day, and that's when it clicked. Sweet breakfast pastries, like danishes, donuts, muffins, toaster strudels, and cinnamon rolls, are some of the most common sources of refined sugars and flours in the morning meal. They taste good and feel light, but their effects on the body, especially the joints, can be far more serious than most people realize. These foods cause a sudden spike in blood sugar, which the body responds to by releasing insulin and triggering an inflammatory reaction. For seniors whose joints are already more vulnerable due to age-related wear and tear, this daily inflammation can be enough to stiffen knees, swell ankles, and dry out the protective fluids that cushion movement. Sugar also contributes to glycation, a process in which sugar molecules attach to proteins, including collagen, the substance that gives your joints flexibility. Over time, glycation makes collagen stiff, brittle, and less effective. That's why joints start to feel tight, resistant, and painful. If your breakfast includes high-sugar pastries every day, you may be unintentionally accelerating this breakdown process. What makes this more dangerous is how subtle the effects are at first. A little stiffness here, a slower walk there, and gradually people like Marie begin to avoid movement altogether, thinking it's just old age. But the truth is, your body may be reacting to what you're feeding it each morning. It's not the years, it's the sugar. Once Marie learned this, she didn't have to give up her sense of joy around breakfast. She just had to change what brought her joy. She swapped her pastry for a slice of whole grain toast with almond butter and a few slices of banana. On weekends, she made oatmeal with cinnamon and berries. "I still enjoy my mornings," she said, "but now I feel good afterward, too." If you often feel stiff in the morning and you've been enjoying sweet baked goods for breakfast, it may be time to rethink what's on your plate. The good news? There are plenty of delicious alternatives that can satisfy your cravings without sabotaging your joints. In the next section, we'll talk about another common breakfast item that sounds healthy but can quietly worsen joint stiffness over time: margarine. Number 3, margarine and fake butters. The silent joint stiffeners. George, a 79-year-old retired truck driver, always believed he was doing the right thing by using margarine instead of butter. Decades ago, health experts warned everyone to avoid saturated fats, and margarine was marketed as the heart-healthy alternative. So every morning, George spread a thick layer of it on his toast, feeling good about his choice. But lately, his joints had been talking back. His knees were stiff, especially on cold mornings. His ankles ached by the time he made it to the mailbox. He thought it was arthritis, but his doctor suspected something else. "Let's take a closer look at what you're eating," she said. And the culprit was right there in his morning routine: margarine. What many seniors don't realize is that margarine and other buttery spreads often contain inflammatory fats, especially trans fats and refined vegetable oils, like soybean or canola. These oils are chemically altered during processing and can promote chronic low-level inflammation in the body. While they may be labeled as cholesterol-free or light, their effects on your joints and soft tissues can be anything but gentle. Trans fats, in particular, have been shown to increase levels of inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, CRP, which has been linked to joint stiffness, pain, and reduced mobility, especially in the knees and hips. Even though the FDA has banned most industrial trans fats in recent years, some margarine products still contain trace amounts, and many spreads are still made with refined oils that disrupt your body's natural ability to reduce inflammation. In addition, these fake butters often lack the nutrients found in natural fats, like vitamin K2, omega-3s, or healthy saturated fats, which play essential roles in joint lubrication and bone support. So while you might be skipping cholesterol, you may also be skipping the very nutrients that protect your knees and ankles from damage. George was shocked. He thought he was being careful, but he was actually feeding his joints something that made them worse every day. With the help of a dietitian, he switched to using a small amount of real butter, or better yet, mashed avocado, olive oil, or almond butter on his toast. Within 3 weeks, he felt less stiffness in the morning and could walk farther without stopping to rest. The takeaway here is simple. Not all fats are created equal. Margarine may seem like the safe choice, but for your joints, it can be a hidden source of inflammation and pain. Real, minimally processed fats, like those from nuts, seeds, and healthy oils, actually help nourish your joints, reduce stiffness, and promote better flexibility. So if you've been spreading margarine on your morning toast for years, it might be time to look again at the label and ask yourself, is this really helping me move better, or is it quietly holding me back? Next, we'll look at how your joints actually stay flexible from the inside, and why your breakfast could be either preserving or draining the fluid that keeps your knees and ankles moving. Number 4, the role of joint lubrication and how breakfast can help or hurt Carol, a 76-year-old retired art teacher, used to glide across her kitchen like a dancer. But over the past year, she started noticing something wasn't quite right. Her knees felt sticky in the morning, her hips didn't rotate as easily, and her ankles made a soft, cracking noise when she stood up. She didn't feel sharp pain, just a sense that something inside her joints was drying out. Like an old door hinge, she joked. But behind the humor was frustration. She stayed active, drank plenty of water, and tried stretching, but her joints still felt tight, especially first thing in the morning. That's when her physical therapist explained something many seniors have never heard of. Joint lubrication starts with what you eat. Inside each of your joints is a special fluid called synovial fluid. Think of it as your body's natural oil. It cushions your bones, reduces friction, and allows you to move freely without pain. As we age, the production and quality of this fluid naturally declines. But what most people don't realize is that certain foods can either support or sabotage this fluid every single day, starting with breakfast. When your first meal includes refined sugars, trans fats, and ultra-processed ingredients, your body's inflammatory response goes into overdrive. Inflammation doesn't just cause swelling, it also thickens and dries out your synovial fluid, making it less effective at lubricating your joints. This leads to that stiff, creaky feeling many people wake up with. Over time, it can also contribute to cartilage breakdown, joint narrowing, and chronic stiffness. On the other hand, breakfast can be your first opportunity of the day to nourish your joints. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and natural fats help maintain healthy joint fluid, reduce inflammation in the synovial lining, and keep cartilage flexible. For example, a breakfast of chia seed pudding with berries or scrambled eggs cooked in olive oil with spinach and avocado can give your joints the building blocks they need to stay smooth and mobile. Carol started her mornings with a switch. She gave up the sugary cereal and margarine toast and tried Greek yogurt with ground flaxseed and blueberries. Some days she had a soft-boiled egg with a little sauerkraut and olive oil on toast. Within 2 weeks, she felt her morning stiffness ease. "It was like my joints had been thirsty," she said, "and I finally gave them what they needed." Your joints are not just mechanical parts, they're living, dynamic tissues that respond to the care you give them. And the food you eat in the morning isn't just fuel, it's information that tells your body what to repair, protect, or ignore. In our next section, we'll show you exactly what breakfast choices support better joint health, simple, delicious swaps that help reduce stiffness and keep your legs moving the way they should. Number 5, what to eat instead, joint-friendly breakfast ideas for seniors. After struggling for months with stiff knees and aching ankles, 80-year-old Bernice finally asked her daughter to help her redo her breakfast routine. "I'm not giving up my morning meal," she laughed, "but I am giving up this stiffness." Together, they looked at the foods Bernice was eating, pastries, margarine, sugary spreads, and replaced them with nourishing options that didn't just taste good, but also helped her joints feel better. Within 2 weeks, Bernice noticed she was walking more easily, rising from her chair without hesitation, and even standing longer while doing dishes. "I didn't realize food could feel like medicine," she said. So what did Bernice eat instead? Let's explore a few joint-friendly breakfast swaps that can help reduce inflammation, support synovial fluid, and nourish the muscles and tissues around your knees, hips, and ankles. First, instead of processed pastries or sugary cereal, try oatmeal topped with ground flax seeds, chia seeds, and blueberries. Oats are rich in fiber and antioxidants that help regulate blood sugar and reduce systemic inflammation. Flax and chia seeds provide omega-3 fatty acids, known for lubricating joints and calming inflamed tissue. If you prefer savory breakfasts, scrambled eggs cooked in olive oil with a side of sautéed spinach and sliced avocado is a fantastic option. Eggs contain choline, which supports healthy joints, while olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats and anti-inflammatory compounds. Spinach offers magnesium and vitamin K, both important for bone and joint health, and avocados are loaded with healthy fats and potassium to support fluid balance. Can't chew well in the morning? Try a smoothie made with Greek yogurt, frozen berries, spinach, a spoonful of almond butter, and a splash of plant-based milk. This combo delivers calcium, antioxidants, protein, and omega-3s, all in an easy-to-digest form that's gentle on joints and the digestive system. Need something quick? Whole grain toast with almond butter and banana slices is a great alternative to butter and jam. Almond butter contains vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that supports joint tissue, while bananas provide potassium to help reduce swelling. If you're used to margarine or fake spreads, switch to a light drizzle of extra virgin olive oil or even a dollop of tahini, a sesame paste rich in calcium and anti-inflammatory compounds. And don't forget about hydration. Start your morning with a glass of warm water with lemon or green tea with turmeric and ginger, both herbs known for their joint-soothing properties. Bernice now rotates through these ideas each week. I have more variety than I ever did with pastries, she said, and I feel like I'm doing something kind for my body. The best part about these swaps is that they're easy to prepare, delicious, and they actually work with your body, not against it. When your joints receive the right fuel first thing in the morning, you set yourself up for a day of smoother, freer movement, without relying on pills or creams. Up next, we'll bring everything together with a gentle reminder that how you start your day shapes how you walk, stand, and feel all day long, and that it's never too late to make a change. Number 6, a simple morning shift that can change how you walk all day. James, an 82-year-old retired park ranger, used to joke that he had barn door knees. They creaked, groaned, and refused to move first thing in the morning. Every day, his routine began the same way, a slow shuffle to the kitchen, wincing with each step. And like many older adults, he figured it was just old age. But when his granddaughter, a physical therapy student, visited him one weekend, she watched his morning habits closely and said something simple. "Grandpa, what you eat before 9 a.m. is setting the tone for the whole day." That sentence stuck, and so began one small change, just one, that gave James his steps back. When it comes to joint stiffness and leg discomfort, most people look at exercise or medication as the main fix. But food, especially your first meal of the day, is often the most overlooked solution. What you eat after waking isn't just fueling your energy, it's literally communicating with your joints, telling them to either tighten up or loosen up, inflame or heal. The reason your morning meal matters so much is because your body is at its most absorbent and responsive in the first few hours after waking. If you start the day with processed food, pastries, fake butter, sugary cereals, you're setting off a firestorm of inflammation that can last all day. This inflammation dries out joint fluid, tightens surrounding muscles, and decreases flexibility in your knees and ankles. But if you make just one supportive shift, you could feel the difference in every step. For James, that one shift was replacing margarine toast with a warm bowl of steel-cut oats topped with walnuts, cinnamon, and chia seeds. No sugar, no artificial spreads, just simple, joint-loving ingredients. He also began drinking a small glass of water with lemon and turmeric first thing, instead of coffee alone. After a week, he noticed he wasn't grabbing for the walls in the hallway. After 2 weeks, he walked down the driveway without needing a break. "I thought I needed new knees," he said. "Turns out I just needed a better breakfast." This transformation isn't rare. It's remarkably common once the right nutrients start entering the body consistently. The omega-3s from seeds and nuts reduce inflammation. The fiber from whole grains stabilizes blood sugar. The natural fats from olive oil and avocado nourish joint tissues. And even hydration from fruits and water keeps the synovial fluid flowing. If your legs feel stiff in the morning, your body isn't failing. It's asking. It's asking for support, lubrication, and a break from inflammatory triggers. And your breakfast is the first opportunity to say, I hear you. So ask yourself, what message are you sending your joints every morning? And how might one small shift, just one, change the way you walk, move, and live? Coming up next, we'll close this video with a reminder that you still have the power to move well, feel strong, and reclaim comfort in your legs, starting tomorrow morning. So as we've seen in this video, your breakfast isn't just about starting your day. It's about shaping how your joints will feel and move for the rest of the day. For many seniors, stiffness in the knees, hips, or ankles is not simply a result of aging, but a silent consequence of daily food choices, especially the ones made first thing in the morning. Sugary pastries, margarine, and highly processed cereals may seem harmless, but over time, they promote inflammation, reduce joint lubrication, and dry out the very tissues that help you walk comfortably. The good news is that you have the power to change that gently, naturally, and starting tomorrow. By choosing real nourishing food like oats, chia seeds, eggs, olive oil, and antioxidant-rich fruits, you're sending your joints the message they've been waiting for. You still matter. I'm here to support you. It's not about giving up all your favorite foods. It's about making a few smarter swaps that add up to better mornings, easier movement, and less pain. Every step you take today is an investment in how freely you'll move tomorrow, and it all begins at breakfast. Thank you so much for watching this video. If it helped you or gave you a new perspective on your daily routine, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're here to support your journey towards strength, comfort, and independence, one small habit at a time.